Hello everyone. Hang on, let's go. Happy Monday. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. I'm not doing bad. I'm a bit out of sorts and very tired as usual, but I have a cat on my lap. Would you like to see? The camera's sideways and it's very dark. Apologize for that. But I can't exactly switch the light on in my current state, so this will have to do. Anyway, plan today is play some Minecraft. Because Minecraft is nice. And I'm just realizing the camera's mostly going to get my arm there, isn't it? Well, you can still see a whitish blob that's Poppy. Going to try not to disturb Poppy too much, so she enjoys her time on our lap. Yes? No, 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 Poppy. Stay, 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 Poppy. I'm talking about you. You're like a treat. Every time, Poppy, come back here. Be entertaining. Yeah? Be entertaining and you can get treats. You come up on my lap? Better come up on my lap if you want treats. We're gonna do the stream with a cat cam for once. Yeah? Come on. Here we go. Good girl. Now come on my lap. Come on. You can sit on the table as well if you like. That's fine too. I'm gonna bribe you to being part of the stream. That's enough for now. Let's put it here. Okay. Don't know if you can. Oh, you can see it, but yeah. That's nice. Just want you to be a part of my fun activities, yeah? I hope everyone is well and also can have cats on their laps. If elected, I will ensure cats on everyone's laps. Speaking of, I did actually vote today, pre-polling. So that was nice. But I digress a bit. What are we doing today? We are on a Minecraft server. Ooh, exciting. I don't think anyone's really ever streamed Minecraft on Twitch before, so this will be a first. But this here is the streamshed community Minecraft server, and the streamshed is a cool little collaboration between some streamers, Captain Sumi, Mamela, Katie Nuki, and Jessie Locke. And yeah, in the Discord, they've got a community Minecraft server, and people are welcome to come and join. And I've staked out my claim here around this village, and I've been building this wall around it. I've built a big castle, basically securing the place and fortifying it, because you know how those villages can be absolute dummies. And yeah, I just figured today, medication is still kicking my ass, but we could have a look and play some Minecraft together. I've been doing some redstone-y things. I love this sugarcane farm of mine. Just come in here and start punching. How's my volume levels, by the way? Oh, it looks alright. Do we want some background music? That's the thing. let's do some closed on Sunday. So yeah, I've been busy building redstone-y things. What on earth are we listening to? Some sort of Ewok thing? Victory celebration, yeah. And I kind of figured out like the basic of the redstone thing I want to do, but then I need to sort of make it more compact. I need to install it in my little castle there. So we can do that. Let me take you on a tour first. Okay, let me just check where Poppy's up to, because we might still be able to get her back on camera. One moment. Poppy, where are you? So you don't want any more treats? More treats? Bribery? Corruption? There's no feline ICAC yet, so you could possibly have some of these. If you come on my lap. Yeah. And we'll put the light on so that if you do come on my lap, we can see. Come on, baby. Lap sits.
Show me the one whose safety deems such destruction.
Give you a treat. If come on my lap. Yeah. Just want you to enjoy my hobbies. Right, well what if I put it over here? And maybe we'll have a snooze on. It's just that every stream, we start off with you on my lap. And the moment I start talking to people, you jump off. See how it goes. We'll train her to be a streamer cat eventually. In the meantime, I'll just take the puppy cam off. Do you want to come up? Yeah. I can do that. If you want. But I'm going to act like you're not gonna. I'm going to ignore you, and then you'll give me attention, right? You'll demand attention. So the background music is a little distracting for me. Can I make it lesser? That might work. Anywho, so the village, right? Let's have a look at it from the air. I came across this, and it's built on this little sort of island in the middle of two rivers. And I thought that was really rather nice. And decided to fortify it some. We've got the castle there. Oh, and you can see we've got this mod on the server that lets you claim land. So I've called this South Bank, because it's south of spawn. And it's on a riverbank. And now it's raining, which is perfect for flying around, but is probably going to kill my bitrate a little bit. So far, the town itself hasn't been changed much. We've got all sorts of usual weird terrain generation features here. But I've walled off all of the pits into the abyss so that villagers won't kill themselves. And fortified the well so that they won't drown themselves in there. Also installed a conduit, which is nice. Made a little nice decoration for the bell, you know, got a wheat farm going. This is automated. It's got a little track underneath to suck up any excess wheat that they drop and puts it here. And then we're using a very cool thing which is on this server called the pipes mod to pipe seeds over to this thing here and turn them into bone meal, of which we have lots of them. Dump this in too. So the pipes mod is interesting. Like, it's a good way to sort of avoid the usual enormous chains of hoppers that you normally have to put up with when doing Minecraft redstone things. Because hoppers can cause a fair bit of lag, and we don't want that on this server. So it's been a challenge for me to come up with ways to integrate the pipes mod. Let's skip the night and skip the rain as well, so that people can see what's going on. There's my bed. This is my cat, Jorts. He's a sweet potato. Hi. Here we can see my entry for the egg monument. We went with a different design, but that's fine. I might put this somewhere. But before I get too distracted, yeah, today's idea that I thought I would do on stream. I've been messing around with the pipes mod in conjunction with the bits of my old automatic brewing system design. So my vanilla auto brewer, I guess we'll say, it takes like 7 hoppers and a bunch of redstone for the timing circuits. It's fine, really, and there's ways to make that less laggy, but it's an interesting challenge for me to try and do it with the integration of the mod. So here we've got a sign on a block with a lever in front of it, and that's serving as a clock. And we have a sign on a piston, which is attached to this glass channel to another piston that acts as the pipe, and it lets you move stuff around. So my idea was, I'll have a chest. Whoop. Sorry, Poppy is being an absolute maniac now. We'll have a chest where you put in your ingredients that you want to brew, and they get dropped in one at a time into the brewing stand, and it just goes through them and brews it for you. And every now and then it'll have to evacuate the bottles into the output chest there. And that part of the design is unchanged because it still needs hoppers to pull stuff out of the stand. And I've just put this whole circuit in there from my other design. But as you can see, it's kind of all over the place, and that's just because I was messing around with it. I want to effectively minify it and then install it in one of the rooms of the castle. And let's have a look at the castle. I'm pretty pleased with how it's turned out. I've based it on an actual floor plan of a castle somewhere, not in the real world. See if you can guess where it's from. But you come in here, you've got a little atrium. There's a courtyard here, the fountain in the middle. I need to do a lot more decoration and interior furnishing of things. There's the throne room of Lord Neko. Careful of that sign. Some pillars, nice chandelier thing, and a throne. And I've taken some liberty here and made a big stained glass thing at the back, just to make it look nice. We've also got a mod that lets you sit on stairs in this server, so that's nice. Over here is dining room. I'm using some pressure plates for plates. Here's the kitchen. Got some bone meal there. And if you squint, it might look like dough or flour. Furnace, which I'm not really using for cooking. More for smelting ores. And this one I've also hooked up with pipes where I can rather than hoppers. So it's still got hoppers to pull stuff out, but using pipes mod to put stuff in, which is a bit weird. Might get into that later. Like I really like having the opportunity to play around with it, but it interacts with regular redstone really weirdly, in kind of a non-intuitive way as well. So, I can cook stuff there. I've got lots of food. It's all nicely sorted. I'll show you how that's done in a second. Nursery. Other people's bedrooms. There's the courtyard again. And I was thinking I would either install the auto brewer in this room, because I think this is Nistel's room, or in this room, and I forget who actually sleeps in this room. I did not bother to check it out. But we've got a wall here that we can tear down a bit. Goes to the interior wall, like the interior of the outside wall, which lets you expand a bit if we need the space for redstone stuff. What am I doing? But I don't think it'll be too much of a problem, because the pipes does mean that we can be fairly flexible with how we lay out the thing. If I was doing this with the traditional redstone stuff, it would probably take up the whole room. I remember measuring it out, it was at least like 7 blocks deep, so yeah. I think we've got 2 sets of music going. Let's just turn off the in-game music, because that's only periodic. What am I looking at? Music. Alright. Where's Poppy gone? No, I suspect Poppy has actually buggered off and gone back to bed. Oh well, we tried. She's been so good for some streams. So we've got 2 problems here. We want to fit that device into the room. Oh, and I haven't even shown you the sorting stuff yet. In a second. And we also need to make it a little more compact. But, you know, the constraints of how the room design is done might inform us how we want to organize this exactly. The bit where the orange glass here feeds over to the brewing stand, that's nice and flexible. And, oh yeah, I wanted to experiment with automatically filling water bottles as well. Because that's something we could also do and feed the water bottles into here. But I was running low on slime. And slime is needed for the pistons, which are needed for the whole thing. This can't help us. This is my little apiary / greenhouse. But I may as well show you all. We've got some bees. They make honey. And it's automatically harvested once every now and then during the daytime. And each of these dispensers has glass bottles and shears in it, so it'll get some honeycomb and some honey. And the pistons there are to supply these with more glass bottles. Because the idea is the dispenser triggers, the glass bottle takes some honey out, like just then, but then it can't go back into the dispenser because there's no free slots. So it gets picked up by the hopper. And that ends up in this box out here. So as long as there's empty glass bottles, I can use the pipes to make sure that it's always full. But I've just got to absolutely make sure to periodically empty this out and convert honey in bottle form back into block form. And where I'm also using these pipes is in my master bedroom / you know, everything room, like you kind of get with Minecraft. I have a huge sorting system, which I'm kind of proud of. the best thing is, no enormous chains of hoppers required whatsoever. It's all done with the pipes mod. So, in here is my input chest, and I can just dump whatever I want in there. It gets sorted pretty fast. If I don't have a slot free to sort them, it'll just stay stuck there. I can take it out and figure out where that needs to go later. But I've got a chest for drops, or 2 chests for drops really. I've got chests for furniture dealies, I've got a chest for glass, and you'll notice all of these, they're all full unless I've got this green glass which I've called empty slot. That's the trick to this kind of system. You want to make sure that there's a free slot to put stuff in and it'll get sorted nicely. Or, you know, if there's an empty slot, it'll just be taken up by whatever the first time you try and put stuff in there. So, got to make sure it's completely full at all times. Which sucks for things like the redstone stuff, because I'd like to grab this slime ball or this sticky piston. But if I do that, I have to basically give up the slot again and sort things out later. So we might go hunting for slimes later. And for more bulk kind of storage, I'm using the sign on the piston trick to explicitly say only stone goes in here, and then you're free to have empty slots. Or here, only blackstone. Here, only oak logs. And that works by name, so you only get the chance to put like one name on the sign before it's run out of space. Here's Salem, another cat. It is kind of nice above the usual hopper-based sorting systems though, because it lets you sort enchanted book all to the same chest. And normally these are not stackable, so you can't sort them with hoppers. Likewise, all that paper I just dumped in here goes here. Book. This one isn't using a sign to do the filter, it's obviously just you have a free slot, it'll try and stack stuff. But this one is sorting via lapis. And we can take a quick look at the actual system. It's not too tricky. I've got a comparator on this chest, so when it's full it lights up, which deactivates that, which enables this sign-based clock, which you're going to find hard to see. Poppy, hi. Want to come up here? Want to come up here? We could have treats. Like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on. Hi. Hello. There we go. How are you? You want to sit down for a bit? You want to chill on stream? Oh, yes. So yeah, I have a bit of a headache, and I'm very, very tired. And Minecraft seemed like the perfect thing to do for a bit. Just hang out with you guys. Chill. Maybe even have a cat on my lap. Yes, hello. Who's a cutie? Who's a cutie? Mm-hmm. You gonna have a seat? There you go. There you go. Good girl, puppy. Good girl. Let's remove the camera so we can see you better. I'm not sure you can really see you better. Get a proper tripod for this thing. Well, I should get a proper puppy cam, shouldn't I? So, yeah. This is how redstone works, Poppy. Pay attention, there will be a quiz later. The sign-based clocks are weird. They toggle a lever on the back of them, as though a player were invisibly pushing it. And I use that to trigger the pipe which goes through this glass tube. You don't actually get to see the items moving through, like modded technical Minecraft. But it's pretty good, and they move instantly. Yes. Okay, the stream is now a Poppy Patting stream. So that's how the mod works, and that's our challenge for today. Minify the oh yeah, you want head scratches? You want head scratches? Minify the contraption out there. But I tell you what, shall we run it first, just so everyone can see it in action? You can be terribly proud of it. So as it's designed at the moment, obviously we need bottles. And we haven't designed the auto filling system yet, so we need to do that ourselves. Some sort of animal. Water bottles go in here. So they're all loaded up, ready to go. And then we want our alchemy ingredients. So you always start with nether wart. And what do we want to make? We could make some slow falling potions. So let's make 2 batches. And you want slow falling potions to last a long time, so use redstone to make them extended. And the trick here is this pipe that takes out of the chest goes along this orange thing. It has 2 exits. One is filtered to only accept arrows and goes up there. The other accepts everything and goes into the brewing stand. So the way I've set it up is you put a single item of each ingredient you want. And use an arrow to indicate that you want the system to flush the bottles out and get ready for the next recipe. Because the arrow will trigger this, which will trigger this comparator, which will cause the arrow to get shot out because you want it to only be in there for a bit. And the signal comes down here into this decay circuit, which lasts just long enough to empty the bottles out and let a new batch of bottles come in. And it's a bit clunky and messy like this, but I don't want to change it because I worked forever on getting the timing right, and I still don't really understand it. So that's what we're using for that bit. Let's see it in action. So it'll go, put the nether wart in, put the phantom membrane in, redstone, empty it out, then it'll do another batch of the same potion. And this way you can just program it with a bunch of batches of whatever you want. It's actually more sophisticated than my original design. Turn this on so that it's counting up. It's a bit laggier than my original design because you do have to wait 20 seconds between each action. But it's automated, you know, it's great. Just let it go. So let's put the nether wart in. You can look back in the chest, it's taken the first ingredient out. And 20.5 seconds later, puts the next one in. And it puts the third ingredient in. Oh, and I've messed up. Looks like you can't have an extended potion of slow falling. That sucks. I should have known that, but there we go. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. But the next thing that happens should be arrow fires, evacuates the potions. Just adjust this. Okay, we've got nether wart and... oh, I see what's happened. I'm a dumbass. With all my testing, I've used up all the blaze powder. That is actually something I haven't tested yet, and we could do right now. Because I don't know if blaze powder gets treated as an ingredient. There we go. It does. I could try putting the redstone back in that case. Single items only. Because there's a recipe for potions that's strength potions, and that uses blaze powder as the primary ingredient here. So it might be that with this system you can't make that type of potion, because it'll just put it in this slot instead. Yeah, here we go. You can actually extend them. I was just out of blaze stuff. Fires the arrow. And it doesn't have to be an arrow, it could be anything. I'm just using arrows for the ubiquity of it and to make the whole project a little more dangerous. But yeah, that's the system. I'm pretty pleased with it. Can turn the clock off now. Oh, what do I go in here? This can go in here. Okay. So, what do I want to do? For today's stream, at least I want to figure out what I want to do with the water refilling thing. Because nothing sucks quite as bad as running out of potions, or running out of water bottles when you're doing a big batch of potion making. And it should be fairly simple. I just need an extra sticky piston for another pipe. And we can hook it up to the same clock. It can just pull out one water bottle each time it does a tick. Should keep it more or less on top of the thing. Because most potions are like 3 ingredients. You're doing 3 bottles a time, it should work out great. Empress! Hi! No worries. Happy to have you lurking or hanging around, no matter what. Hope you're well. Hope your mum's well. Yeah, so I need more resources if I want to really properly play around with this. You know, I'll support you when I'm around. I know, and I really do appreciate it. In fact, what am I thinking? Let's give you a shout out. I still don't have the clips set up, but people, if you don't already follow Empress Val, please do. She's a fun Aussie variety streamer Just recently finished Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. That was really fun. Alright, so I need slime. Let's go to a swamp that's a fair bit away that I know that there could be slimes in. And we'll build the things we need, and it'll be great. The only tricky bit here is navigating when the world is loading slowly. Don't want to crash into a tree or something. Well, we've actually managed to get Poppy on the lap for a change. On the stream, which is nice. And here's the swamp. And the sun's setting, that's good, because I think slimes only come out at night. And at some point we could build like a proper slime farm and get hundreds of blocks of slime per hour, but it's really not that necessary. So we'll just hang out here and get them. Do I want to have this available though? This Minecraft server also has a cool thing called a resources world, where, you know, if I wanted to gather up a whole bunch of wood, I could do it here and destroy the landscape, or I can just go warp resource and go decimate that world. Like, we have a whole world dedicated to just exploitation and mining, which I think is the right way to do it with a server like this. That way the main world can stay peaceful and nice. And the resource world doesn't even have monsters turned on, so you can go mining in the dark as much as you like. It does mean, however, that if you need a resource that is based on a monster, like slime, you got to do it in the real world. I only really need like one slime creature. Can just parkour from tree to tree, hoping to find the elusive slime. If I can't find one this night, then what I'll do is I'll just grab that spare sticky piston I have in the sorting system. We'll try with that. I'll just have to remember to put it back later. Where are the slimes? Used to be everywhere in swamps. Ow. Hope everyone's enjoying the music. It's closed on Sunday. Specifically their Star Wars lo-fi hip-hop remixes. No slimes. I suppose I should turn on the subtitles so I can see if there's any slime noises. But they would be fairly visible. There's a creeper. Zombies, sure. Oh, wait, is that a tiny slime? Tiny slime there, I think. Oh, it's just a little cutie guy. Can't kill a little cute little slime like that. Sorry. Okay, that did give us 3 slime balls, so that means we're pretty much done with our mission here. I feel bad though. We're gonna have to adopt a pet slime later, I think. No, the slimes. Mostly just don't want to hit a creeper, because then I'll want to fix the hole it creates. Like, I'm not feeling threatened for loss of life. I'm more scared of property damage or environmental damage. Ooh, there's a big slime. There was. Oh, it went up the tree. Tree slime. Alright, we're good. Baby zombie trying to kill us. Yeah, this place is getting dangerous. Let's get out of here. And another neat thing about the server is you can just warp places. Let's go have a look at spawn. So spawn is very pretty. It's got this gazebo. And a chest of free stuff for people that are new to the server. Here's the egg monument. Looks very good at night. Hey, Techie Rob. Good to see you. How are you doing? We're just derping around in Minecraft today. Nothing particularly retro or anything like that. And there's this cool custom tree someone made. So let's go back home and we can figure out our engineering situation. But we can first sort all this random crap we've picked up. Isn't it great? I can just chuck stuff in there and it gets sorted. Hold on to the slimes. Good to see you too. Doing great, thanks. Going to have to look and work though. Oh, that sucks. But I'm happy to provide some sort of distraction from work for you if I can, if that's desirable. What time zone are you in? Are you in the US? You missed out on Minecraft, so these are a treat. Glad to hear it. This in particular is a server that's in a little community called the Streamshed. It's very wholesome, and there's the link in the welcome message there that takes you to that page. And it's mostly vanilla Minecraft, but it's got a few add-ons, like this pipes mod that lets you move items from one inventory to another using pistons and glass. And it's a little weird, and it doesn't obey all of the normal redstone physics, but I'm kind of liking it just because it makes some things easier and it makes some things challenging. So basically, yeah, I want this thing to automatically load up water bottles. And we can do that by turning one of these into a sticky piston. And we would have, well, we would need glass, wouldn't we? Go get glass. What's one of the downsides of me having meticulously organized all of my stuff now is it is all centrally located. And I'm finding I'm constantly running back here to grab one thing or another, and then running all the way back. Let's grab some glass. Honestly, 16 should be plenty. And I still haven't organized any of the dye stuff. But we can make some blue glass. And that's another trick of this pipes thing. You can have different colored glass tubes. They don't connect with each other. So here we go, blue glass. I'm honestly not sure if I'll actually get around to installing this today. But yeah, derping around stream. That's what we're here for, right? What we can do is sticky piston there pulls stuff out of this dispenser. So we'll load this dispenser up with glass bottles, and I'll just steal a few from the B area. Not too many, just a few. Fix that up later. And when this triggers, the glass bottle will fill with water and go back into one of these remaining 8 slots. But we can then use the piston mod, not the piston mod, the pipe mod, to say pipe and there's a trick. The empty bottles in Minecraft are called glass_bottle, but the ones filled with water are just called potion, because all of the potions share the same ID. So this thing only pulls out potion. And I managed to get an iron ingot from that dirt there. That's another little nice feature of the server mod. Not always scrounging for materials too much. It's just a little quality of life thing. It does clutter up your inventory a bit though. Anywho, say we've got the... Where are you going? Oh well, we had Poppy on our lap for a fair bit of the stream there. Poppy, I love you. You come back? No? That will have to do for now. Plug my phone in, because I'm using my phone as my Poppy cam and it's destroying the battery. And we can turn the Poppy cam source off there. Alright. We got a bit of cat on stream action there. Pretty good. Been absent from some streams lately. Alright. So we want water bottles to come up through this pipe, and I'll just wire it up however the hell right now. Just to see if it's possible. I'm going to run out, aren't I? I mean, I probably won't run out when I put the real thing in, but for this test here... Oh, I think we can just do it, maybe. Yeah, because the piston counts as one block. Cool. So that will insert bottles into that chest. And now we need to trigger it, and I figure I'll just trigger it on this same clock. Wait, I need it on this one. Probably don't need a dust there, but we'll try it anyway. Because like I said, this pipes mod makes things a little wonky in terms of redstone. You want to come up here? Be on stream. So, we flick the lever. We don't have any recipes loaded, so it's just gonna not cook anything. But you can see the clock ticking away there on the sign, which is really cool, actually. And it's about to fire, which will flick this lever. And the question is, will that actually trigger the dispenser? It did. And we've got a water bottle in there now. The thing is, it probably won't try and suck the water bottle out until this does another pulse. 17, 18, 19. So that's turned off. And the piston thing seems to trigger on every state change, not actually every activation. It's weird. Gareth, hello. Will this explode? Probably not. But I was kind of surprised, like a little startled earlier when I was playing around with this whole thing. Let me try and illustrate. Redstone things, redstone things. Also, hello, how are you? Good to see you, man. Piston. So, the server I'm playing on, the streamshed community server here, has a few server-side plugins set up. And one thing I wasn't really thinking of when I was doing my stuff here is you can set up claims, like here we're in the wilderness, here we're in South Bank, an echo town, and here we're back in the wilderness. And part of my castle extended into the wilderness, and I was setting up a thing where I was like, oh, I'll have a secret door. It'll be so cool. And I'd set something up so that basically there was a piston and a lever here, and I was gonna like extend that and extend the door, and then this happened. And it exploded, and I was like, what the hell? What just happened? And it's because of the special rules for the server mod that, you know, anything in my claim should be as ungriefable as possible. And that includes people trying to set up pistons to push stuff into your area. So the server mod just makes them explode if you try it. A little scary. Like the first time it happens to you. Anyway. Yeah, this thing that I've set up here shouldn't explode. And it's a little auto brewer setup where it loads water bottles in and drops ingredients in one at a time. And I'm making use of the special server-only features that let me filter items around. So when I put an arrow in there, it goes up around this other way and triggers it so that the water bottles get flushed out. It's cool and fun. Anyway, this one has been running for a little bit. It's sucked up 5 glass bottles and turned them into water bottles. They've gone through this blue route, and they're in this chest here. Okay, so that does work how we want it to. We've just got to minify the whole thing now, and install it in the castle. And I don't know how I'm going to do that exactly. And it might be a bit much for being on stream, because it's mostly just going to be, you know, you and me sitting here just going, maybe if no, then I wouldn't have space for the, yeah. But we could give it a go. And if it fails and I get too tired, I'll just end stream. And you can find something else to look at. A more entertaining stream, I'm sure. But yeah, you know, like, squishing redstone stuff down to make it compact is kind of fun for me. And we had an issue here where, like, I had this decay circuit that was too close to this piston, and there was crosstalk, like, you know, actual electrical interference in a way. It's fun. So I figure what I kind of want to do is keep this as a reference implementation and then set up a whole second one inside the castle. Although now that we know that the blue glass pipe stuff here works, we don't really need to care about that. Never really got past making a hut and surviving a few nights. Yeah, like... Oh, that's not supposed to act like an actual piston. There we go. The original game was, like, without redstone, or even with the early redstone, it was just Lego with, like, zombies come at night and try and kill you. It was nice and fun, but the redstone stuff really made it for me. And then of course you got all the like modded Minecraft and the server stuff that we've got here on the streamshed community server that makes it extra weird. Certainly the mod that lets you do these pipes makes for a nicer experience when you're trying to do stuff, because you don't have to have these enormous chains of hoppers everywhere. Yeah, I played it super early on and it was a bit too pointless for me. Yeah. I think a lot of like the early Minecraft players that tried it, they went on to like Terraria and things like that, which had a more fleshed out combat and actual sort of objectives that you might want. Because they were both really big back at the same sort of time. I should play Terraria again. No, too many games. Too many games in my backlog right now. And I'm already unfocused as it is. So let's see. The centerpiece of the thing is the brewing stand. And then we kind of have to attach this decay circuit thing to it. But we might be able to flip that round again. And then the other bits, I can put them basically anywhere because of the pipes. It'll let me wire it up however I want. And if I really wanted to, I could put the whole thing underground and just have like input chest and output chest and it's done. But I want people to at least be able to see the brewing stand. Especially as you need to fill it up with blaze powder. So do I take an inventory of like all the stuff I need? Glass bottles, yeah, I'll definitely need those in a moment. Let's put them in here. I've got a fair bit of smooth stone back in the castle. In fact, what I should really do is just take my redstone shulker box. What else do we need? Do need more pistons. Servers. What blocks we've got. Alright, so maybe I have another of those. I think I do. Back when I had friends to play games with in the UK. Well, I mean, you know, you can play online these days, but I guess then the problem is time zones. Time zones make everything harder. But yeah, I'm really enjoying like playing on this community server. Even if not everyone is necessarily active at the same time, it's just like you get that little bit of sense that like other people exist in this world and can come visit you. So sneak a few more pistons out of that. And we want more Smooth stone. I think that's it. I could chop a few. Oh, hang on, do I have slabs already? Because I always make slabs and then not end up using them. There we go. So I reckon we could put it in this room. Because canonically this is the Castle Wizard's chambers. And that would make sense for them to have potions and stuff in it. And 3 blocks in there, we could possibly do something clever with the wall. Because this bit is the intersection of the walls, so I could hide something there. But then I guess it's not really going to buy me much, is it? In terms of space. Move your bed. And we'll probably rip up the carpet as well. Yeah. Which means I need to replace it with something. What games have you been playing recently, Gareth? Been doing any Elite? I was really big into the community goals that they were doing for a little while, and then just like, you know, got a little burned out. Kind of between games, finished Elden Ring and it murdered me. Right. What am I doing? Tell you what, let's just dig up here. And I'm gonna replace this bit of wall. I don't think it makes any sense. As much as I like hiding stuff in the walls and things like that, this is fine. I've been playing some Final Fantasy VI on my Retroid. Nice! Never did play 6. I played a bit of 7 and a bit of 8 and a bit of 12. I think that was it. Keep meaning to try out Final Fantasy Online, but I know that would just devour all of my free time. What am I looking at? Slabs for the floor. Stone bricks. Where's the andesite ones? There. I mean, we're probably gonna dig up some of this anyway, so I'll just partially cover it. And let's drop our redstone chest down. It's going to interfere with us. See if I can find a brewing stand if I've made it already, because that would be handy. Brewing stands, brewing stands. No. Okay, no big deal. It's just 3 cobblestone and some blaze rod. So this will be the center of where we lay everything else out. And we're going to need hoppers as well. Do I have hoppers? I do. 2 hoppers, 2 chests. And it can be right up against the edge really here, I think. And then you've got to allow some space for the other gubbins around the back. There. Played a fair bit of Final Fantasy XIV, still a couple of expansions behind though. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, they've got a huge, crazy amount of expansions, a bit like WoW has. And then, do you have to play through it all just linearly to get up to the latest one? There's no quickly jump into whatever the latest is? Be anywhere, but this has to be at least 3 wide. But the decay circuit itself is kind of underground if we're doing it there. You can skip them, but it's silly because it's very story driven, right? Yeah, you'd not know what's going on really. So I could flip that over, and then it would still be underground. And it's backing onto like my whole storage area, so that's probably fine if I rip up some of the wall. It's a good game though, can recommend it if you want to destroy your life with an MMO. Yeah, I've been through a few now. The first was Ragnarok, of course, and then the second was World of Warcraft. I don't think there's ever been any other big online time-eating time sinks that I've interacted with since then. Okay, so like if this was the floor and we had the chest at like foot level, then that means some of that stuff might possibly go into the wall. But I think we could try it and see how it looks.
I'm right.
So we could say that. Wait, did I say 3? Yeah, because you need 3, but like some of this goes to the storage area. And we'd put a facade on it anyway, so if I needed these to be air blocks, we could do that. And it shouldn't interfere with... I say it shouldn't interfere with the piston stuff. Probably fine. I mean, we could make it come out from the wall 1 more block if we really needed to. I don't know. Working with constraints is nice. It can be quite fun just to try and make things fit. I need a dump chest. Nope, I need a dump chest. Thank you. Don't care about that, don't care about that, or that. Dirt. So what if we have brewing stand here, feeding into a chest. Meow, what do you mean? You want some treats? You want some treats? You can come up here. You missed her earlier, Gareth, but my cat Poppy was actually on my lap for a little while after being bribed with treats. Probably fine, always inspiring from a programmer. Yeah, we always like to qualify our statements a little bit, right? Almost certainly never possibly to fail, except you've witnessed it on several occasions, the impossible coming true. Okay, so that'll load the water bowls in. We'd load them in like that. And then we need to figure out where to put the other bits. Redstone lamp, need some more of those. I'm gonna run out of redstone. To which I need glowstone, and I'm gonna run out of glowstone as well. Wow. Okay. Mental note, go shopping for glowstone. But in the meantime, I'm going to be cheeky and take 2 of those out. What are we doing? Glowstone, redstone lamps. Yeah. Well, look, you've had your dinner, and I've shown you can have treats if you want to participate in the stream. But if you're just going to sit there whinging at me, then I'm going to play my game and entertain people. Yeah? Alright, so these things go here and here. And they don't have to be lights. I just like to have them as lights so I can see when they're actually activated or not. And they're going to block bottles from being taken out of the hopper when we're not ready, and allow water bottles to come in from this one. So we'll work backwards from that. I need to consult the reference. Probably shouldn't have built the reference all the way out here. But we've got a speed beacon on, so it's not too far. Let's see. So target block underneath there. Did I build this whole area? Not exactly. I've what do you call it? I've updated the terrain a little bit. It was a village originally that the game generated itself. So these wooden roof houses, you can see the game just made those. This big wall I added myself. And the castle I also built myself. So we go up. The castle, we've got an apiary / greenhouse. And the walls, and I had to level the terrain a little bit. It was a fair bit of work. But yeah, these normal village buildings are just the default. And I figure I'll add some more later and flesh it out a bit as a village. Looks like a fair bit of work. It was. I mean, the dirt, just to make sure the ground wasn't all bumpy for a start. I grabbed that from our resource world. Let's have a look at that. Resource. So here we've just got a world that's ripe for the plundering. Anyone can just come here and chop down a bunch of trees. You don't have to leave it pretty or anything. It's pretty nice. Good idea for community Minecraft servers like that. You can just have one world that's you don't care about it. Just destroy it. It's fine. And yeah, I grabbed a whole bunch of dirt from the previous one. How very human of you, yeah. Well, it's fine as long as the main world that we live on is nice and pretty, right? Don't need that. Go back. What was I thinking? I had thoughts. Yeah, there was the dirt, and then there was all the stone as well for the castle. It requires a ludicrous amount of stone. And I got most of that from the resource world again. But I've started digging around underneath here a bit as well, just as a way to have more space. So let's have a look at what I need to build out here. From the target block, let's get a target block on your hotbar, James. Oh, you don't have one handy there. Maybe you will have one in the other room. We go back one, repeater set on one, back one, repeater set on two. And it looks like that. And I think I can figure out the rest after that. Watch me instantly forget. Target block, target block. No, I didn't have one in that box. Why would I? Do I have one in this one? Yes. Right, so that goes underneath here. And we use a torch to turn that on permanently. At least when the system's not doing stuff. And then we have and from that repeater. I have a lot of cats under my castle. Saw one. There it is. Hello. The nice thing about living in a village, Gareth, is that originally with an older version of the game, to get cats in Minecraft, you had to go to a jungle and tame a jungle cat, and then they became a domestic house cat, which was a little weird. With one of the later updates, they made it so that villagers just have domestic cats roaming around. So it's another incentive for me to go live in one. I want a repeater, or several. Comparator. Ugh. Yeah, that's fine. So this was set to 2, and this was set to 1. And that came out by that block, and that was there. Then, at the decay circuit, which has a blob there, and I'm gonna flip it so that it's pointing that way. I mean, I have to flip it so it's pointing that way, yeah. That's odd, I thought this was coming out one more block. I'll check in a second when I've fleshed this out a bit. Comparator. Dust. Nice, so there's Needy's real cats. The untamed village cats are mostly scaredy cats. They just rush around, avoiding you unless you creep up slowly. You can tame them if you're holding raw fish, and then they become your little pet, and they follow you around. And then they make a nuisance of themselves because they will sit on your bed, they will sit on your chests. If they're sitting on your chests, you can't open the chest. Very realistic cat simulation. Yeah, talking about you. You can't be hungry. You've had so many biscuits today. If you want treats, you know how to get them now. You come on stream. Bit of a headache. I might say skip the water bottle auto refilling thing, and if I can just copy over enough of the redstone today, I'll call that a win. Now, if they were yelling loudly, they would be like my cat. Yeah, Poppy has been very keen on announcing her stomach's state lately. It's sort of just like a broadcast. It's like, hungry, hungry, need food now. Alright, So, yeah, that goes up one, down one. Decay circuit like that. Cool, cool. And then it has to have an input of 2 ticks there, but where we pull that from is from this other whole system, which we haven't figured out where we want to put it yet. It's like all of this I've just cobbled together to get the signal where I want it to go. But we could rearrange this slightly. Just how is the question. Well, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I can do it iteratively, I guess. Oh, and I need more orange glass, don't I? Orange glass, orange glass. Orange glass. I've got a dispenser. When did I pick that up? Oh, that was from the water stuff. Yeah. Also want a dropper for the arrow thing. Possibly more of those. I don't know. That was a note block, wasn't it? Oh, we don't need the note block. It's just tells me each time it does a ping. So that's the decay circuit, and we need an input to it that comes from the whole I have detected an arrow thing. So we would probably have to put it here. And that itself needs to come as a 1-tick pulse. Which we can't get if the dropper... I'm not going to be able to do much insightful commentary while I puzzle redstone things out, I think. Did warn you. Seems complicated. Kinda, yeah. I mean, once you've learned the bits and pieces, you can sort of recognize, okay, I've got 2 comparators here and they feed into each other. That's a decay clock, because the redstone signal has 15 activation states. And the comparator will feed it through here, but then it'll decrease by 1 as it goes to the side. And the comparator will feed that through here, but it'll decrease by 1 when we go here again. So the end result is, what do I have? A lever or something, please? The end result is, if you feed it in a signal, and it's hot like this, when the signal drops, it decays slowly before it goes completely off. It's like a capacitor, basically, in electrical engineering terms. And it's neat, and I like it. I mean, I do love Minecraft for the whole mining and crafting bits, but redstone, yeah, it's fun. I will warn you, though, if you feel like getting into it, it's absolutely nonsensical at times. There are bugs in the game, especially around pistons and things, that they're never going to fix. And it just means it's just extra unintuitive. and harder to get into as a novice, because there's rules and then there's weird exceptions to the rules. Okay, so I know that if I had a... I don't need this dispenser right now. If I had a dropper and it's got like my arrows in it, I could sense when there was an arrow in it with that and push the signal over to this whole thing. But this whole thing requires a 1-tick pulse, and I can do that. You're not climbing the sofa, are you, Poppy? I've got her one of those cardboard scratchy board things, and she's absolutely demolished it, and probably I need to get her a new one when she starts choosing the furniture as an alternative thing to scratch. Of course, it's her sofa anyway. The cat and the sofa came as a package deal, so don't mind too much. What am I looking for? Stone. And then piston. And I've given up on our sofa, it's ruined. Yeah, ours is... I mean, it's just got one tatty corner that obviously was clawed earlier. And the carpet, which is going to be more expensive. Yeah, I don't own my carpet. I rent, so it's a pretty cheap, crappy carpet to begin with. It's done okay, I think. Still, she has vomited up on it a couple of times. Right, so the idea is, if there's an item in this box, this lights up, triggers this, 1-tick pulse, we'll just do that circuit. Same, I expect to lose a lot of bond money. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's pretty much in the right place then. I could also put it on this side, but I want some of this space for the whole input chest thing, right? Don't know how I'm going to dress this up when it's done. I don't think that there's a way I could put this feeding into the back end of it. Or at least I'm afraid to risk it, because again, the whole timing thing that I mentioned with pulling the potions out required ridiculously precise timing. You could try it. We'll just try it. Two there. And then this goes over here instead. Weird scream in the background music there. Alright, so with this, if I put stuff in there, it triggers. And it doesn't untrigger until I remove stuff. Here's where the potions would go. I need to make sure timing is okay. Which means I need to go get some potions, yay. Oh, and as a random distraction, like I've got these stairs up to the castle roof here, and just like the one I'm basing this off of, in the turret over here, I've got a little secret room, which is how I discovered that whole piston explodes thing. Push this up here. It hides here. I don't have anything in the chests yet. But it's simple, if a bit hard to explain redstone. Just triggers that and it pulls the blocks out of the way. On the other side, I've got additional storage. So this one's just a door, boring, but extra stuff that I don't really care about day to day goes up here, like feathers and netherrack. The other two are supposed to be like prison cells, so I've put a bed in them and called it a day. I was going to get potions. Don't get too distracted, James. Here we go. So some glass bottles. And just so I know which are which, we'll grab 3 of these. Okay, clawing your box. That's fine. Good girl. Seriously need to fill my living room with cameras just so that we can track Poppy as she wanders around and make for a more entertaining stream than this stuff, right? So the idea is we would have water bottles in there. No, hang on. We would have finished potions in here. And water bottles ready to load in there. Cats are very entertaining. They are. There's a whole stream. Don't go there now, because I need the viewers. But there's one called Live Kitty TV, I think. Called. Raid there later. Yeah, Live Kitty TV. That is what it says on the tin. Alright, so what we want is for these 3 bottles to go into this chest and be replaced by water bottles when I do this. And not muck up. Okay, water bottles. And hoppers. And it failed because of another weird protection that this server has. I have to unlock my chests before hoppers will work with them, which makes sense because if I have a private chest, I don't want some rando using a hopper to sneakily suck my items out. Cool, that should have worked though. That should... Oh, that's right. The system will keep those stuck there until the light goes off. Right. Let's just dump all of these in here for the moment. So that's good. That can be my temporary storage of items that do the triggering event. It's kind of like the system's going to be reading from a paper tape with instructions on it. It's kind of cool. You probably program more complicated things, but like other than brewing, I don't know of anything in Minecraft that's really that sort of requires that much complicated procedure. So we've got that set up. We need to feed items into it from the pipe system now. You could build a CPU. If I could, Gareth, I'd build a GPU, because that's the only way I'm going to get an upgrade. Then build a Game Boy. Yeah, like I said, upgrade. I'll build a replacement GPU in Minecraft so I can finally play Elite Dangerous Odyssey. Did I ever tell you about the Game Boy game I was half programming? I really ought to get back into that, and I could do it on stream sometime maybe, but I actually got the Game Boy development kit, and it's like it's a community C++ library project, and I started building a Game Boy ROM just to like learn it. It's really cool, but it's like another of those abandoned side projects that I have. What graphics card do I have? I have a NVIDIA 970. It's a, I forget the letter acronym at the start. It's not one of the newer generation. It's enough for most stuff. It still lags a little bit for some of the games. That's cool. I could use a side project. I have too many side projects. I've actually started using Jira. I've actually started using the personal edition of Jira that you can just grab a cloud account for, to just keep track of all the random crap that I had originally planned to do. Like, don't worry, I'm not doing story points or fucking point poker or retros or anything like that. I just needed a to-do list, and I was like, you know what? I use Jira at work already, and this would let me sort of poke around with the admin screens that they don't let me see at work, and learn how that's put together. Having to open Jira would be enough to stop me doing it. Fair. I just feel like, on a bit of a mental health note, I've felt very overwhelmed lately. And if I can try and chip away at this mountain of tasks and life admin stuff and fun projects I wanted to do, if it helps, then it helps. I get to see the admin screens of Jira. Not a fan. Yeah, they're a bit complicated, hey. I mean, my main motivation for it is so that when someone breaks another thing in our domain-wide project settings, then maybe I'll be able to phrase my question to the Scrum Lords better. Like, hey, could you go in here and fix this workflow? Other than just being like, help, something broke and now we can't mark tasks as done. I find checklists help me get through stuff. Cool. I actually had a bit of a win a couple of weeks ago because I made a little checklist app for my friend. They were describing their process of doing stuff at work where they often get interrupted on the phone. And they really just wanted some simple checkboxes. And they were using like Google Forms and things like that to try and do it. And it was alright, but like they just wanted a way to easily toggle things as done and a reset button. And I was like, hang on a sec, I could do that. I know React and shit like that now. And it took a couple hours and I did it, and it's mobile responsive and everything, and it's nice. If I really wanted to, I could make it into like a proper app that other people can configure for the checkboxes they want. But mostly it was just like, hey, that's a mental health win right there. Like, you started a thing, you finished a thing, your friend is happy now. That was great. So how do I connect these things to the things? Okay, so pipe into that box. Cool. Pipe out of that box. We need a weird clock thing for it. Other than that, route it where you want. This lo-fi Star Wars stuff is such a bop. Right, yeah, so we just need pistons for the weird pipes thing. And it could go anywhere, but I guess we'd do it like that. Yeah. And I need another sticky one for the input chest, which, by the way, can we have an input chest, please? So I reckon I could put the recipes Oh, no, hang on. Now, here's another trick, right? So I want to link this to something to push stuff into that box. Like here, maybe. And I also want the ingredients to come from somewhere. But the ingredients have to pass by this box first, I think, because the whole, like, you know, if you put an item in, where does it go? It goes to the closest one that will accept it first. And I want this one to have a filter on it that only accepts arrows. But if I fed items in here, they would probably try and put it into the brewing stand. Which, I mean, I'm guessing it wouldn't work, which is great. But I was thinking later I could try some other item. Some arrows. Arrows. 3 arrows, that's great. And there's the other brewing stand I made earlier. I knew I'd made one. No matter. Very close to getting this to work. So yeah. Cool, you can't put arrows into a brewing stand. So in theory, I could put stuff here. But I still need the clock source and everything. And I kind of want to put it on that wall there, maybe? So we could put the chest here. Maybe. And suck items out of it. That I might try and do something with later. But for now, we'll put the pipe that way. And then, yeah, we need a sign to say this is a pipe. This part un pipe. Arrow. So arrows should go in there, and everything else should go there. Try that with some stuff. And a lever. Okay, that sent the bottle over. Yay. Ah, and that's why we need that to actually be an open space, because the arrow's stuck in here now. There's no big deal. Pipes can just route all over the place. Oh, that was the other component I was missing, yeah. So once the arrow is in there, I need to eject it somehow. Which changes all of this. Oh, maybe not. I mean, I don't really need this whole system to be visible. Surprised Disney didn't copyright strike it. I mean, I guess it's derivative enough that the automated tools, at least, haven't picked it up. I would not be surprised, though, if they got lawyers involved at some point if they discover the existence of this channel. Because it's Disney. Oh, hello. I haven't had one of those in a while. Goodbye. Yeah, I want to set up something to automatically ban them, but it's stupid programmer brain, Gareth. Not invented here syndrome. I want to do it myself with my own bot, with my own rules about how it decides whether you're a spam bot or not. So, like, I know how I would do it. I would just say, like, anyone who's active in the chat normally gets a pass. But if it's your first time chat and you're spamming a link or any weird words like primes, then obviously you get banned. Becoming a manager cured me of that. Glad to hear it. I could use like one of the many other stream bot alternatives, and they can ban URLs and stuff fairly proactively. I just want to do it myself. It's like, I want my bot. I want my bot to do my bot things. Okay, so I need this to fire the arrow. I can do that with, not that one. Block here to take the power, block here to detect it, and a repeater to shove the power into the block. Then that leaves us no space for the chest. There are also rules about chatting with valid emails and phone numbers, etc. Yeah, like you can require people to have validated their account. And maybe I'll turn that on at some point, but I'm still a baby streamer, right? Like, I've got people coming in who are my friends who've never used Twitch before. I don't want them to force them to validate their account and things like that. Gotta go, household rates. No problem, Gareth. Thanks for dropping by. Always nice to see you. Enjoy the rest of your stream. I will. I think I'm slowly running out of steam, but we'll see how far we get with this little project. Enjoy the housework. So the chest can't be here because we're pushing stuff. Like if we put an arrow in here now. Oh, is that a dropper? Right. Okay, it's not shooting it out anymore. That's great. That's what I wanted anyway. But then what do we do about this thing? Could I move that so it's further back? Maybe. Because this doesn't have to be visible. I could move it so that was there and that was there. Yeah, alright, alright. We're changing things up again. I need slab. I need dust. Repeater. Need blah. Comparator. Feeds into. Hold on. Messed that up slightly. Other way around, yeah. Comparator goes that way. Triggers the decay circuit and also this thing which will fire the block out. I like to use different blocks for these things when it's like a block that's going to have power in it. Anything nice I could put in there? I mean, there's this one, but I'm using that for a different purpose. There's a note block. Let me see what we've got in our special blocks drawer. Oh, mossy stone, yeah. This stuff used to be so rare. You'd only get it from dungeons, and it was a sign of great indulgence that you had any. Now you can make it. And also you can just find it in lots of places in forests and things.
There is no try.
Okay, so that will work like that. But now we have the problem of hooking this thing up to that dropper. And the nice thing about the pipes mod, which I think I mentioned, was that yeah, I'm using glass pipes for this main sorting system. I can use orange glass pipes for the other bits, and it's fine. Okay, so let's change how we're routing this entirely. Because we now want it to go all the way back here. And we need this spot to be air because this block goes up. So why don't we go this way? Yeah, I'll go down and around. And it's regular piston to push it in. Oh, but then the piston's going to be connected to both this plain glass and the colored glass. And I don't know what the mod is going to do in that situation. That is very undefined behavior right there. Like, the glass can touch each other, but the actual piston? I don't know. And I can't... Like, I don't want to push it in from above. Could actually go in from below. We do have all of that workspace underneath us. Gotta get there is the trick. And I could... Like, if I go around this chest too much, then I limit my options for filling it with water bottles later. Because I can't really push items in from above, because then the chest doesn't work. Or maybe it would still work. I just wouldn't be able to open it. So it's a bit roundabout. But let's go this way. We've sorted out this bit of the circuit already. Absolutely bizarre way to send stuff around, but it works, right? And I'm gonna need more orange glass. Hang about, is this... Yeah, that's where we're going to. And I'll need to remove that for a moment. Because it'll go here and then up. And we need a sign to be the filter. I'll add that after I've connected it because I'm a bit cagey about whether the pipes mod actually will let me do that and then partially complete the path. Yeah, glass. Orange glass. Need more of it. I could harvest it from the reference design, but I want to keep that working just for the moment while we're still puzzling things out. And, you know, glass is readily available. Raider Desert. Hey, Cyclone! How are you doing? Honestly, I'm good for glass. Like, I've got plenty. I just need orange glass. Good to see you, Cy. How's things? You've seen all of this before. I'm just building my auto brewer that I've made some modifications for working with the whole pipes mod instead of hoppers. Good, I was going to join in, but my Minecraft account is saying I don't own Minecraft. Ooh, that's suboptimal. Hope you can resolve that. And it's fine. I'm really just derping around here in the base. So we can go there. Honestly, kind of getting tired. Like, once I finish this bit and it works, I'll call it a night. But I hope you can resolve your Minecraft problems. That sounds bad. Have you linked it with the whole Microsoft account yet? Because I've had to jump through several hoops now with that whole account. I migrated it from a Minecraft account to a Mojang account, and then from a Mojang account to a Microsoft account. But that, of course, was the whole Xbox One Live.net stuff, which filled me with horror. Let's use arrows for the moment. Okay, so that's set up, and that should work. We still need to have an input chest and the clock source, and then we're done. Or at least we're done with this bit. So, interestingly, I could probably put the clock bit underground. Because, like, look, there's the chain right there. Oh, but again, like I mentioned, I have to route it so it tries to go through this inventory first and then goes to that one. So it needs to be closer to this end. But I could still do it so it's like underground. We've got orange glass there. We've got sticky piston there. Chest. And then that won't need a sign because it's just sucking everything out. It will need the clock though. Why do I have cracked stone brick on me? Oh, because I was ripping it out of the wall here. Cool. Clock source, right. So the clocks with this mod are weird. And if I remember rightly, I want to be able to pull the clock from a couple of different locations. Like, I want to use it for the water as well. Let's just strip the floor up a bit. Dive on in. So basically, yeah, I'm kind of regretting my choice of piston placement now. It might have to be above the floor. Although these blocks aren't needed. So if I had it there, I could cover that up later. redstone. Why are you connecting? What are you connecting to? Oh, of course, it's connecting to this thing. Well, a block should fix that. And it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world? No, it would be the worst thing in the world. We don't want any crosstalk from that to there, because that's what loads the new ingredients in. Okay. But once we've got the signal theoretically down here, we could then... Where do I want the on lever to be? Load ingredients, pull a lever or something, does stuff. Or maybe on the wall. Puzzle it out later. Just get it working. So just to check it's all actually functional, let's build the clock. We can build it here. And we go MC1421, 205 ticks, and it's going. And then we want it to not go. So let's just over here? No. Put something there with a lever. Okay, so there it's off, which stops the clock. Am I out of levers? I'm out of levers. The other side of the clock we have a lever, because that's the weird way it just works. But that should then toggle this on and off. And it should run. I'll add an observer and a note block, because that's what I've got set up on the reference design, just to tell me when the thing's running. Observe the state of the lever, please, and then push it into the note block, which needs space above it. Right, so if we activate it, that periodically goes bing. This periodically gets an item pulled out of it, which if it's something for the brewing stand, it'll go over there. And if it's an arrow, it should go over there. Shall we try that? Redstone. Okay, there you go. And arrow. Redstone went here, that's good. The arrow should trigger this whole mess of stuff to flush the bottles out. There we go. I think that might actually work now. It needs a bit of, dressing up, and I want to be able to put the lever somewhere else, and I want to feed in water bottles from somewhere else, but that could actually be enough. Shall we do our first brew of the system? Of the new system, anyway. Let me go grab my big box of ingredients, which I forgot to bring in. Yoink. And because I haven't completely derped up, I need water bottles. Alright. Took the wrong turn. Okay, so it's still running. Let's switch it off. We need to load this up with water bottles. Here's the goodies that we used to brew with. What could we make? Fire resistance is nice. We could make a set of fire resistant potions. And a set of healing potions. Healing 2. Fire red splash. Fire resistant splash. Sure, we'll add splash to it. And slowfall potion. No, actually, we'll just do. Yeah, we'll do 3. Slowfall potion also thing. Alright, so we've got a total of 9 water bottles available in the system. I need to load it with blaze powder because I've nearly forgotten that last time. Blaze. The one potion I think I can't do with this system is strength potion, precisely because the blaze powder goes in that slot. But that's fine. How often do I make strength potions anyway? So here's how it works. You basically you're programming it. I can just do 3 rows like this. It just takes them in order from first block to last. Fire resistance for extended duration and splash. Arrow to make it evacuate for the next lot of potions. Healing potion, healing 2, evacuate. And slowfall, extended, evacuate. So this should be our program for 3 lots of potions. And I'll empty this box so that we don't get any confusion about what actually got made. Let's go. Fingers crossed. Now, because of the craft book type of clock, we don't have it start instantly. We have to wait for the cycle to go and pick a new item out of here, but it should work. With my hopper-based design, it starts going immediately, but I think this being a lot more flexible, this is nice. Let's put the nether wart in. You can have a look at it here. Yay, it's brewing. Come on. And I got a level up for this, which is nice. Again, this is a feature of the server, not vanilla Minecraft. Let's put the the magma cream in. Yay. So that's made the basic potion, fire resistance. Now it's extended it. Now it's loading in the gunpowder to make them splashy. Can have a quick look at the remaining crafting items to do. It's just taking one after the other. This only works if you have a single item. Oh no. Oh, what happened there? You have to have a single item in each slot. You can't have a stack of anything. What's happened here? Did we get crosstalk? Okay, it's evacuated those potions in there, okay. But then I think it tried to do 2 item inserts in one go, which should be alright, because it's moved up to the top corner there, but it doesn't do that in the reference design. Which means there's a bit of crosstalk that's triggered the pipes to move. And it happened when the arrow fired, so it's probably part of this whole circuit here. Might have to debug that later. Yeah, I think I think it's because I've got this mossy cobble here, which is the block that the power feeds into to eject something out from the dropper. But in this design, it's right next to the pipe, which might be taking that as an indication that it needs to do an extra shuffle of items. I think it's still working normally. Yeah, we've got nether wart loading, we've got potions of healing, instant health 2. It's just that because of that, it tries to push 2 items in at once with the arrow. And it's failed because it couldn't stack Phantom Membrane on top of the nether wart that was already in there. But then it's just moved it up to this slot here, and I don't, like, it's not aesthetically pleasing, you know? I want it to be exactly where they were when I laid them out. I'll try and debug that later, but it's probably just a matter of giving the components more space. I've tried to minify it too much. Last item. And there you have it. This would have filled up with water bottles if we had more in the system, but we don't. You kind of want it to not run out of water bottles because you won't notice and then it'll try and brew stuff. But it's done it. 9 potions to order. Splash potion, fire resistance, healing, and slow falling. I can turn this off now. And yeah, I'll probably try and recompobulate this a little bit later to avoid that extra double pull of item. I'm still not entirely sure where it comes from, but it must be from when the arrow triggers, because that was the item that was doing it. Yeah. I'm gonna call the stream there and maybe have a snooze. Thank you everyone for coming along. It's always nice to see people's faces, theoretically, like metaphorically. And we're just chatting. And yeah, it's nice to be able to share my little builds and things with you. I really appreciate everyone coming along. Enjoy your well-earned snooze. Thank you, I will. I've got work tomorrow. I took last week off to deal with health stuff, and I don't know if I can get back into work yet. We're gonna raid someone. Sharky's playing Observation Duty, and that's kind of nice. We do have Bakeneko doing another cozy stream on Animal Crossing this time rather than Minecraft. Yeah, we'll raid Sharky. I don't think we've raided Sharky for a little while. And his is always a wholesome stream. So let's do that. And yeah, thank you again so much for coming along. I'll see you next week, unless I have other crazy medication that I'm trying out, kicking my ass. Take care, everyone. See you. Goodbye.